Okay, so this is a 1984 Dodge 1500 four-wheel drive Dana 44 front axle. This truck originally had the automatic hubs, which were always prone to leaving you stranded when you needed them most. And I just remember that from my childhood. This is my grandfather's truck, and now it has been converted over to Warn lockouts. They work great, but I need to get this rotor off because these rotors are warped and they need to have them turned. So we're gonna pull these rotors off. So I wanted to do a quick video because some of these trucks that had the automatic and have been converted to Warn, it's not exactly clear how these come apart. So this is a 9/64 Allen. So we will we'll take all these Allens out. Feels like that caliper might be a little snug too, but it didn't really have much ridge on these rotors, so the caliper should just slide off pretty easily. There we go. Drop our pads, which I don't care because I'm going to replace them because I'm returning the rotors. We'll set this up here really nicely on top of the new. Okay, let's go ahead and finish running these out. There, I'll put my Allen wrench here in the tray too, and this should just slide. Slide out of there. Got a nice little seal or a O-ring around there. So we'll set that to the side. We'll clean it up later. You guys aren't here to see me clean. Now, this ring right here, it's a little bit tricky. If you don't know what you're looking for, there is in this, trying to hold this in this gap right here between. There is a snap ring, and you got to feel around in there and find where the snap ring starts. See, there it is. And you just got to take a dental pick and pick that out of there. I'll probably have to set this camera down to do it, but at least you guys know where this little hidden treasure is, because sometimes that's part of what makes this tricky to get to. Get this light put back over here. I have to go get 2 dental picks because it's running from me. Get one to stop it from trying to evade me. Alright, we're laying down. Oh, that's gonna work better, I think. Haha, we got it. Got it. Okay, now if we push this back, there is a snap ring right there around that. So grab our paper towel, clean a bunch of our grease off. Where's our snap ring? Okay, we'll grab our snap ring pliers. This is one that gave me crap on the other side. The lighting's proven to be a whole lot worse over here, which I knew it would be, but. Okay, got it. All right, now I'll take a screw. I might need two of them, but one or two of the screws that the hub was attached with. Pull this whole assembly out. We've come to a hard stop for some reason. Let me grab another screw because it's bound up in there. Those magnetic trays don't want to let that screw go, do they? There we go. So now we got the lock portion of it pulled apart. Okay. All right. Now we have the actual wheel bearing itself. So we have two nuts, a little locker plate in between. So you have like an outer jam nut, a locker plate, and then the main nut that presses against the tapered race. So, and that requires one of these sockets. Doesn't have to be. I've done this before without this socket, but this certainly helps. So. Last time I put this together, I torched it pretty good. Okay. Come on, line up. Got it, broke loose. Okay. Grab one of our picks and pull that out. So that's the outer jam nut. Pulling that off. You'll notice there's the jam nut and then the main nut are a little hard to tell, except for the difference is this one doesn't have any pins sticking out of the surface, and the primary nut that goes against the wheel bearing race it'll have a little pin sticking out that indexes into this locker ring right here. I'll pull that locker ring out just a second. Well, I'll just pull the camera out there and see that locker ring in there? So this runs down and tightens up against that ring. Get this thing back out. All right, working and camera skills are amazing, I'm sure. You guys car sick yet? There's a groove in the threaded face right where my pinky is. So that feature slides in and prevents this from being able to rotate. And then one of these holes will line up with that pin right there. Can you see that pin just to the right of my finger? One of those, and so that keeps this bearing from being, or this nut that clamps against the bearing race from rotating, because it's locked to this and this is locked into this groove. So, and then that other nut is smashed up against the back of it. So there's that. So now we'll back this off. Could stick a socket there in there and do it. This job's almost done. Yep, it wants the socket. I am not left-handed, by the way. Here, I'm gonna set this down because I think you get the picture. greasy. See that pin that sticks out right there? That pin will line up with one of these holes, and then this ring can't turn because it's locked into that groove. I'll show you the groove here in a second once I pull this apart. And then that other nut is jammed up against that. Technical terms, guys, technical terms. Okay, so now the whole hub assembly should pull off. Or, yeah, brake rotor, hub assembly, the whole 9 yards. Okay, now that my gloves are nice and gritty, let's touch some wheel bearing stuff. Clean this groove out so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you see that wheel bearing race? So all that stuff's going to clamp up against the back of this wheel bearing and clamp this tapered wheel bearing down. There are specifications to how tight you want to get that, so you want to read in your book, or I don't care where you get them, get the specifications. I don't remember them right off the top of my head. I'm just trying to show you some of the hidden things that happen with this. So, but this one, so here's that groove. Let me get this battery over here. Here's that groove I was telling you about right there. You can see it. So with this is the one that goes up against the wheel bearing. So slippery. And you can see where that groove is revealing itself. And let's pretend that it just tightened up against the wheel bearing. And then see this notch, this tooth feature right here? It's going to go into that groove and hopefully line up with that pin in some place or another. Where is that pin at? The pin is right here right now. So we're going to put that in that groove and see it is not quite lining up. So when you torque this wheel bearing, you will have to make a little bit of an adjustment to get it to a point where something lines up somewhere. I think right there it should. There we go. And see the pin locked in. That's engaged, that's engaged. And that's where all these holes are. That pin could be anywhere as long as you just adjust it enough to get to the nearest hole. And then this goes on and locks it all into place afterwards. Pretty simple. So I'm going to clean all this up and get these rotors turned. So I hope if that might shed some light on some of these wheel bearing and lockout hub assemblies that have been converted from automatic on these years of trucks. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, keep them to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Drop them in the comments. I don't mind learning a little bit from the comments. Sometimes I just laugh a little bit from the comments. So anyway, have a good one, guys. Hope that helps somebody.